Welcome back to part 2 of Adobe Illustrator CC 2021 Classroom Book, Chapter 00, The Quick Tour of Adobe Illustrator. When we left off, we had just barely finished making our toppings galore warped. So now we're going to go ahead and create that ice cream tool, or ice cream cone, by playing with the Curvature Tool. I'm going to go ahead and select out on my pasteboard so I don't have anything selected. Let's go ahead and go into our Layers panel. I'm going to make sure that we are on our artwork layer. So let's go ahead and switch back to our artwork layer, layer 1. Let's actually go ahead and rename that artwork. And enter, so we know which one it is. Let's go ahead and grab our curvature tool, which is right up below the pen, but it looks like it's got a squiggly with it. So a curvature lets you draw some straight or some curvy lines. So we're going to go ahead and play with our ice cream cone. So we're going to go ahead and start here at the bottom. Don't click on the path itself. Let's go ahead and come down, otherwise you're going to end up in the ice cream. We're going to come down, click again. Now, if I pull just down a little bit, you're going to see you're going to start to get this rubber band. I don't necessarily want that to happen, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to go up, make it into a corner, click, come across, and click. So you're saying that looks nothing like an ice cream cone. We're going to play with that here in a minute. So let's go ahead and go back to the bottom, and we're actually going to click and release down here and turn that into a corner. Double click it and turn this one into a corner as well. Yes, we could have done this with the straight line tool a lot easier, but I think they want you to see how to use the curvature tool. So let's go ahead and play with our ice cream cone. Let's go ahead, I'm going to make him a little bit bigger. So I'm going to grab my selection tool and make it a little bit taller, a little bit skinnier. All right, now let's go ahead and put him in the back. So let's go Properties, Arrange, and Send to Back. So now it is behind. So let's go ahead and make it not the same color as the ice cream. When did we change it to pink? Oh, apparently the book changed it to pink. We'll change our ice cream to pink here in a minute. All right, let's go ahead and with our Properties panel, let's go to our Selection tool. We've got our thing collected. We've got our swatches. So over here in our swatches. And we are in our fill color box. So let's go ahead and do our fill color box. In there we have one that's got a tooltip that says white/black. It's kind of a gradient. So let's go ahead and select that one for now. It's in the third row toward the end. And no, we're not giving it a black and white ice cream cone. We're going to play with it here in a minute. At the bottom of the panel, we're going to click the gradient options button. So that's down here at the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and change those colors. So let's go ahead and change that black, that first black, by clicking it, double click. I'll try to double click it. Let's see. Here we go. We've got swatches. I'm going to go ahead and make it a dark brown. And let's go ahead and take the white and make it kind of a lighter brown. That's not too bad. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close that gradient. Pretty good with that. And let's go ahead and change that stroke weight down to about 6 points. And let's go ahead and let's select our ice cream up here. And let's go ahead and make it a different color. So we'll come here to your fill. Let's go ahead and make it kind of I'm going to go pink, but I don't necessarily want it to be that pink. So I can actually play with it and change the opacity, or I can just change it to a different pink. Oh, I kind of like that pink. That pink's pretty nice. So somehow I missed a part where we were going to change that to be lighter. I don't know if I missed a page or what. Very possible I missed a page. All right, so you can either make your own or we can just put that one in there. I'm putting that one in there. I like it. All right, so we are bumping back up to our ice cream. All right, we're going to go ahead and create some symbols. So we're going to go ahead and create this. Go ahead and deselect all. And Control S and save. Let's go ahead and create some symbols. So we're going to create some little sprinkles to go on here. So let's go ahead and grab our ellipse tool. And we're going to go ahead and draw just a little tiny. Let's do it with a rectangle. We're actually going to turn our rectangle into a sprinkle. So it's very wide right now. We're going to go ahead and play with that. Let's change that stroke weight down to 1. And let's fill it with a color since I already have kind of pink ice cream. I'm going to go with yellow sprinkles this time. All right, let's go ahead and zoom in. So Control plus or Command plus, and you can see you've got these little live corner widgets. So what we're going to do is take those live corner widgets and we're actually going to drag them towards the center. And you see it's going to round all of my corners at once. So let's go ahead and make kind of a pill shape. So now we're going to make this into a symbol. So we're going to go here to Window and come down here to Symbols. In Symbols, we want the New Symbol button. So it'll go ahead and save that as a symbol. So we're going to call this Sprinkle. And we do not want it to be a movie clip. We just want it to be a graphic. We want it to be a static symbol. And let's go ahead and say OK. So now it is a sprinkle over here in our thing. So let's go do a Control minus, or let's go ahead and grab our zoom tool. And we can actually, that's zooming in. So let's zoom out. If you hit Alt and your zoom, it will zoom out. So let's go ahead. I'm going to hold my space bar and get a hand so I can kind of pan up. I've got this symbol. It's pretty big. So let's go ahead and edit this symbol. So let's go ahead here and make him a little bit smaller, more sprinkly. And you can also save that as a symbol by just dragging it over here. So let's call this Sprinkle Small. And once again, it's not a movie, it's a graphic, it's static, it's okay. So we're going to take that Sprinkle Small and drag it over here. Let's grab our big sprinkle, make some big sprinkles as well. I don't really like the big sprinkle. Let's just make the little tiny ones. All right, so give yourself some sprinkles. We're going to go ahead and rotate part of these in a minute so they're not all so perfect. All right, I'm going to give myself about 5 sprinkles. All right, so the next thing I want to do is move some of those sprinkles around. So let's go ahead and let's close Symbols because we're not using that one anymore. Let's go ahead and go over here to our selection tool. And you see as you go right outside, I'll zoom in, Control plus. If you zoom in, you go right outside the box, it allows you to kind of change the direction of those different items. Let's go ahead and just kind of move those around so they're more natural than perfect computer sprinkles. Let's do a Control minus and zoom out. All right. All right, now let's go ahead and take our zoom. And you see you've got zoom. So I can zoom. If I pull to the left, it's going to make it smaller. If I pull to the right, it's going to make it bigger. Let's go ahead and, oh, we want to change the color of a couple of them. So let's go ahead, select all the sprinkles. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit one selected and hit Shift with my selection tool and go hit the other sprinkles as well because we're going to make those into a group. All right, and now let's go ahead and play with some of those. So we're going to go ahead and edit some of those images. So we're going to double click on any one of them, and you're going to get a warning box. It says yes, you're going to change the symbol, and let's say yes, okay. So now we're in what's called isolation mode, where we can actually do things individually without touching some of the other artwork. So let's go ahead and click on that. We've got our properties panels. We've got our maintain proportion and width. It's not giving me that. There we go. Now it's selected. We've got our transform. We want our maintain portion and width. We want to deselect that so we can make one of them a little bit different. We're going to go ahead and change that width. We're going to make this one a little bit bigger to 0.3 and a height of 0.1. So this one's going to be a little bit different. And maybe I want to make this one orange. Let's go ahead and make it an orange sprinkle. I don't know why it's not changing to orange. Enter. Why did you not change to orange? Okay, it doesn't want to change to orange. Undo. Okay, no idea why it's not changing. Probably because it's a symbol instead. All right, let's go ahead and hit escape to get out of the isolation mode. Let's click on the sprinkle. Let's go ahead and do select same. So it'll grab all those sprinkles for us. Select and same. We want same symbol instance. So it's going to grab all those symbols for us. And we want to go object, come down here to group. And now it's going to make them one single group of things. So now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this one and we're going to work with some effects to align our artwork and finish this one up. So I'll see you on part 3.